edition of the Mindset Game podcast, and I'm your host, James Roberts. Before we get started with this week's show, first off, let me take this opportunity to welcome back the regular listeners. And if this is your first time listening to the show, I hope you enjoy this episode and decide to subscribe to the show. Today's episode is going to be slightly a bit different. It's going to be a short one with just me. In this episode, I'm going to look at probiotics. Firstly, I'm coming from a few points. From the off, if you have digestive problems, it will be almost impossible to permanently eliminate them unless you improve the balance between beneficial and disease-causing bacteria that exist naturally in your gut. One of the most effective ways to do this is by eating traditional fermented food rich in lactic acid producing bacteria. These bacteria are what naturally make milk products go sour and vegetables ferment. Now let's look at some of the benefits of eating this type of food. The first benefit, traditional fermented food help balance the production of stomach acid. Fermented foods have the unique ability to ease digestive discomfort related to having either too much or too little stomach acid. When the production of hydrochloric acid by the stomach is low, fermented food helps increase the acidity of gastric juices. On the other hand, when the stomach produces too much acid, fermented foods help protect the stomach and intestinal lining. However, as we age, our production of the digestive enzymes and juices required for proper digestion begins to decrease. Eating traditional fermented foods like sauerkraut, buttermilk, and pickled vegetables can help make up for this loss. The key is to eat a small portion once or twice daily with meals. Now looking at benefit 2, within the context of digestion, it helps increase the movement of the bowel and help reduce constipation. It also helps improve the release of digestive juices and enzymes from the stomach, the pancreas, and the gallbladder. So by helping your body produce acetylcholine, fermented food acts as a potent digestive aid. However, looking at the downsides now, modern society is losing fermented foods. Unfortunately, over the past century, many probiotic foods have fallen from favour due to changes in the way we preserve foods, particularly vegetables. When fresh vegetables weren't as readily available throughout the year, they were often preserved throughout fermentation. Nowadays, thanks to improved transportation and storage, we can buy various vegetables all year round, and when it comes to preserving vegetables, freezing and canning have become methods of choice. These techniques are convenient and help retain vitamin content, but they provide little benefit in terms of digestive health compared to fermentation. And lastly, in conclusion, and to wrap up the episode today, there are 5 probiotic foods you should add to your diet if you want to improve your gut health. These are kefir, sauerkraut, fermented vegetables, fermented milk products, which can consist of yogurt, cheese, and sour cream, for example. And then lastly, fermented soy products, which would consist of natto, tempeh, and miso. And before I forget, I would really appreciate it if you would be so kind as to leave a short written review, as it helps to get the podcast more notoriety and it would be more visible in future to others, and thus helping more people, which my guests and I are all about. Once again, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time for another episode of the Mindset Game podcast.